I have a little story time of how cannabis actually was a gateway drug for me. Well, when I was younger, and of course, marijuana was completely illegal, it was really hard to get back then. Now, about that time, there was one guy that uh, was able to get it when it was hard to come by. And I've only gotten it from him once before, so, I was still kind of sketchy when I asked him, hey, can you go ahead and get me some smoke, some motorway? And he was like, all right, man, all right, I can do that. And well, about 2 hours later, the dude calls up and he says, hey, man, I got something for you. I'm like, all right, let's bring it on over. Well, I lived about 30 minutes away from this dude, and it took him 30 minutes to get there. And when he got there, he didn't have no motorway. He had crankway. And, I felt bad making the dude drive for 30 minutes. I didn't even think to ask the dude, hey, so what do you got for me? Always ask your hookup what exactly they do have for you, because when they make the trip and they don't have what you wanted in the first place, who you blame? Do you blame you or them? Anyways, these kind of affairs, you can't call the cops. So, the dude drove the 30 minutes, and I felt bad for the dude. So, I went ahead and bought it, and I was like, oh, fuck, I'll just resell it. I worked in an oil field back then, so I figured it'd be pretty easy to sell. Well, come about 2 hours later, nobody else had no motorway. And the only dude that I could find to get motorway from brought me fucking meth. So, going 2 hours later, you're pissed off that you already spent your weed money and nobody else has any weed. And you bought a bunch of other drugs. Well, guess what? It was time to do them other drugs. And it just turned out that it was meth, because that's all I had. So, yes, in a way, there are certain instances that marijuana is a gateway drug. It's what the dealers have. If the only place to get your mota is from a dealer that has other stuff, of course it's going to be a gateway, because they want you to spend as much money as you can. So, I haven't touched this stuff since way before my kids were even born. And my oldest one, he's 19 now, so I feel like I could talk about it a little bit. And, I'm legally partaking now, and it's so much easier. I love to be able to partake in it. But, yeah, I did that meth, and that first night, me and the buddy, we ended up snorting that, and we played darts all the way till 2 o'clock in the morning, and then, after that, we were trying to watch Adult Swim or something. We played darts till 2 o'clock in the morning. We had the front door open, standing outside the front door, launching them fucking darts through the house. I mean, this house is about as long as this garage, too. It was my uncle's house. I was renting from him, so he wasn't too happy when he seen the walls the next day. But we were throwing darts all the way from out front of the house and trying to hit that dartboard, man. We were fucking jacked up, man. So, yeah. Marijuana for me was a gateway drug. I am so happy I got off that shit, too. God, I watched friends lose everything. Their wives, their fucking awesome-ass stereos, cars, their kids, go to prison. It's a pretty shitty road to go down, because, you eventually, if you learn how to make it, like I did there for a little bit, yeah, you're hanging around with some real sketchy motherfuckers at that point in time. I have plenty of stories about trying to make these meth heads, man. I have plenty of stories. I'm happy I got away from that shit. I'm glad I'm on the motorway, though, because I gotta have something to level me out in a day like today when nobody gives a fuck about anybody else. So, hey, why do I make the videos? Just to air out my dirty laundry. Nobody will be able to tell me shit about myself when I run for president. You. Peace, brother.